Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to NFL Week 1. As always, my name is John Meleka, co-host of Knicks, Jets, etc. The Jets and the Knicks episodes, you can catch that on Knicks, Jets, etc. period on our YouTube. That's where you can also find our episodes for Winning Picks Weekly, where you could also check us out on our Twitter, Winning P Weekly. We have our college week week 2 out right now. We have our NFL week 1 out. We have the futures out in separate episodes if you want to dabble into that a little bit. The NFL futures close, but the NCAA conference bets are still open, so you can definitely check that out. And as always, I'm joined by my boy Greg, co-host of the Jets episodes on all the Winning Picks Weekly episodes with me. Our video producer. What's up, Greg?
Dude, week 1 is here. I can't believe it. As you're watching this, if you're watching it right when we drop it, there is an NFL game tonight. And it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be glorious. And then we're getting a full slate Sunday. I can't believe it. I'm so ready. I'm jacked up. Let's get into it because we have picks. We have Hail Mary parlays. We got hold your nose picks. We got best bets. And of course, as always, we go through every single game. So it's going to be an awesome episode. So happy to be back for another season of gambling with you, John.
So crazy, man. I thought I was gonna, maybe take it a little bit easier on football this year, but we added the college, and not only that, I added. I think I'm up to 7 fantasy leagues this year, and I'm on the Mojo Athlete Stock Market, so I'm all over the place here. But the NFL knows how to start in style, so let's just give it to them, man. Thursday night, Bills. Everybody's talking about them. They're the easy favorites. It blows my mind. But somehow the Buffalo Bills, easy favorites to win Super Bowl this year, versus the LA Rams, the champion Rams, on Thursday, getting the rings. Rams catching points, plus 2.5, Greg, tonight. This game's probably too late, might be playing right now. Dude, this one's an easy one for me. I know everybody loves the Bills so much. I have to go the St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams.
Dude, I'm with you. First of all, I don't know if it's a hot take or not. It seems like a hot take because literally everywhere you look, the Bills are winning the Super Bowl. They will not win the Super Bowl this year. Not because I'm a Jets fan. I don't mind the Bills. I love Josh Allen. If he ends up winning the Super Bowl and becomes an MVP, there's a lot of people I have to text because I loved him coming out the draft. But they're not gonna do it, dude. Too many people have picked them. It's insane. I was listening to something today, and people were hyping up Peter King because Peter King's gotten the Super Bowl winner right the last 3 years in a row. He picks the highest odds every year. Like, I don't know if that's really something to really celebrate. So maybe it's a celebration that Las Vegas has gotten it right 3 years ago. I don't really know. So again, every single person betting the Bills to win the Super Bowl. NFL Network had the graphic out today. I think 6 people out there all had the Bills over some other team. It's unbelievable the hype that the Bills are getting. 70% of the money's on the Bills. Buffalo's 1-8 against the spread when traveling more than 2,000 miles. As far as I know, Buffalo is more than 2,000 miles away from Los Angeles. The Rams are Super Bowl defending champions at home, getting points to start the season. Give me the Rams. I'm with you. And not only do I like the Rams, they're my first best bet of the week. We're starting out hot. I absolutely love them. I can't believe that so many people are on the Bills week 1. I can't believe 70% of the money's on the Bills. That's crazy to me.
So, Greg, not only am I so hyped for this game, but this Thursday night I'll be on a flight that literally leaves at this exact time to go to Denver across the country.
Okay.
And there's a TV on the plane. So I'm going to be so hyped watching this game. This is going to be the fastest flight I've ever had in my life. The first game of football, I'll be all over it. I have a bunch of things going. All my fantasy leagues that nobody cares about. I got Gabe Davis going. in my athlete stock market on Mojo. Like I like Buffalo too, even though obviously diehard Jets fan, right? Catch us on the Jets, on the Jet Press. All right, catch us on the Jets pods every week, the review and the previews. I love the Rams today, dude. I love the Rams plus 2.5. I like the money line. I'm not gonna make my best bet because you know my rule. No primetime best bets for me. I stink in primetime. I might honestly just for myself just start taking tabs on myself about how I do in primetime because I'm just so bad at them. But I'm taking the Rams. Doesn't look good for you, but I'm all over the Rams. Week 1. But yo, Von Miller revenge game on the Bills
That's true.
against the Rams. That should be fun.
That's true. But
Stafford
John,
healthy.
about the primetime thing, it's a new season, man. We're both gonna have amazing seasons. We're both
all
gonna go
right.
over 65%. We're gonna be
All
winners
right,
this
all right.
year. We're gonna make some money. You're gonna be great in primetime, and you're gonna start it off week 1. Again, Winning P Weekly on Twitter. Follow us because I will be tweeting out. I will be taking a parlay on this. I can't decide if I want Rams 2.5 or Rams money line, but it will be going with the over. So that will be
This is
my
one of my
first
favorites
bet.
in the teasers.
It's not bad either. Get a lot of points.
So that brings us to what we've all been waiting for, the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday.
7 hours of commercial-free football. That's all I want to
Starts
hear.
Sunday.
That's all I want to hear.
9 games, bro. 9 games at 1 o'clock. There's so many to get to, so little time. Let's just start with Jets in Baltimore. Let me just get the bad taste out of my mouth, dude. We have Joe Flacco starting. We have the Ravens who do everything. They are the anti-Jets. They do everything on offense that the Jets literally cannot guard on defense, even with our quote-unquote revamped defense. They run the ball. They get out of the pocket. They throw to tight ends. I mean, why can't there just be a conventional quarterback who likes to throw their number 1 wide receiver on the outside, man? We would be so much better equipped. We have a nice pass rush. We have a nice secondary going on. But sheesh, I am terrified of this game. If I was not a Jets fan, I'm telling you right now, -6.5 would be one of my best bets. The Baltimore Ravens secondary looking nice. Maybe one of the best in the league. Lamar Jackson with a chip on his shoulder. Jets home field advantage, not that amazing. This would be an easy survivor, easy -6.5. However, just going to take it easy here. Just going to take normal Baltimore -6.5. Obviously not really touching this game, but for purposes of us, we take every single game here. So because we like to talk about every single game, we have notes on all of them. We like to keep our big board. So just a regular for me. I'm leaning Ravens here. What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you with the Ravens. Especially being a Jets fan, it's tough to me to pick. Jets are 1-9 against the spread in September. The last 10 games. That's not a good stat. Home teams though are 4-0 in the last 4 Baltimore Jets head-to-head matchups. Joe Flacco revenge game. I think the Ravens are coming off. I know the Ravens are coming off a ton of injuries, so I'm not sure exactly how healthy they're going to be week 1. The Jets, I think, start out
Their injury
strong
report
here.
looks good.
What's up? The injury report does look
Their
good.
report.
It does for sure. I just don't know. Exactly what it's going to be. 7.5 is the line right now.
Moved.
I like that. So,
I mean, I would love if the Jets win more than anything. I'm not going to touch this game, but if
for
I have to take, I'm going Ravens.
I'm taking Jets.
All right, let's stay in the division here. We got New England at Miami. Miami -2.5. And man, I think this is my what am I missing game of the week, dude. I understand that Miami beat New England week 1 last year, but that was literally Mac Jones's first game ever.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I hate New England this year. You know that. they have no weapons anywhere except for I like their running back Stevenson. I like Devontae Parker, sneaky revenge game here. I love Hunter Henry. I think Jonnu Smith's gonna have a comeback year. They're gonna find ways to get points. Kendrick Bourne, they're gonna get points, man. And I think Miami stinks. I know they have the shiny toy in Tyreek Hill. Chase Edmonds had a great year. I think Tua is gonna have a bad game. All right, we won't have to talk about futures anymore. Let's just stick with this game. I think he's gonna have a
Yep.
bad game. I the Miami offensive line is decimated. They have injuries in the defense and then in the defensive backs. This is a nice spot for New England. This is what am I missing? I have no idea why New England's getting 2.5 points. Call Miami, 3 points home, which I don't even know if they really do this anymore. I think this might be old thinking at this point. Let's call it -3 at home. They got the half point for New England, so I guess it looks okay. But for me, this is what am I missing pick of the week. I love New England plus 2.5. Unfortunately,
I'm with you on this one, especially because New England got a head start. I think they made their way down to Miami on Tuesday to get acclimated, get practices in the weather, in the humidity, in the heat. I mean, it's been hot up here in the Northeast, so I'm sure it's muggy down in Miami, but there's not as big a difference as when they play like in December and January. So, um, I like the Patriots here. First, rookie head coaches, like I talked about it last season, I'll talk about it again this season. Rookie head
forgot about
coaches, they're doing better against the spread and again straight up. Week one though, it's still an opportunity to make some money. I think here, Bill Belichick gets it done. I think the Patriots take it plus 2.5. I like also like a money line that will be in one of my parlays later. So I'm
that one's
with
an
you.
easy one for me, man. That
Yeah.
one's an easy one for me. Last famous words. Let's stick with what I mean. This should be easy, but I feel like a total Joe Schmo taking this because, as we said, one of the favorites. We talked about Buffalo jumping to the NFC, one of the Super Bowl favorites for the NFC. From everywhere I hear, our favorite personalities or anyone talking about football, anyone excited, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Like, what are you guys talking about? You're 9-9 last year. Let's just talk division. Like, if the Eagles win the division, I'll be hyped. But
Yeah.
now they're winning the Super Bowl. On the other hand, Greg, it's the Detroit Lions, who everyone loves because of Hard Knocks, right?
Yeah.
We know about the one Jets drive pick me up for Jets fans. The Hard Knocks pick me up is real, and it's a national pandemic, I would call it right now, and it's gonna be diffused really quick after this game. I feel like a total Joe Schmo taking Philly for that reason. The Detroit hype gets me a little feeling better about it, but I'm taking Philly here. Am I total Joe Schmo here?
I don't know. This is a tough one because it's also a weird line, right? It's what we say here. I'm trying to find it real quick. 3.5, 4.5,
Yeah,
depending on where you're looking. Um, it's weird. I thought Philadelphia was gonna be favored a lot more.
me
Um,
too.
for me, I really like the over. So last 8 games, Philly Detroit head to head went over. I think last year they played. I think Philadelphia put 42 up on them. So I really like the over in this one. Detroit's 10-over the first game of the season, the last 10 seasons. I really like that stat. Goss 5-0 against the spread in his first 5 games of his career for first game of the season. And Philadelphia's 3-12 against the spread in September. So for me, I gotta go Detroit here. A lot of the early money's on Detroit, which I still we were talking about. But I mean, I was talking about it all day. I can't tell with this early money. It is so all over the place. I don't know what to make of it. Usually I'm fade the public, but I don't think the public's actually betting it because we're recording it days in advance. So to me, maybe it's the sharps. So maybe I'm on the sharp line this week with Detroit, but give me, the home team getting points. That's another thing we preach about. I'll take Detroit in this one. 3.5.
All right, let's go to what I have as a survivor pick of the week, Greg. And it's easy for me to pick based on the team, but when I look at the head coaches, I get kind of scared. And that's because I'm scared to do anything like this against Mike Tomlin. But I have to do it. I have to do it week 1 with Mitch Trubisky in Cincinnati. Cincinnati coming off the Super Bowl loss. They don't seem like a team that's going to have a Super Bowl hangover, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess same thing. To the point where they're going to come off like sluggish. You know what I mean? I still think they're hungry.
Sure.
I don't think they lost anything really. I think Jesse Bates is really the only question mark there. That's not a happy camper.
Improved offensive line, same returning offense besides CJ Uzama, so maybe they miss a little there, but they have 3 great wide receivers. Joe Mixon's great catching out of the backfield as well as running, so, and they have Joe Cool, so I agree. I don't think they miss a step this season. I think a lot of people, I think it's a trendy pick to pick them to regress. I don't see it. I think they're going to be young and hungry.
So this is my survivor pick. I love Cincy -6.5. I know it's a lot of points, but dude, Pittsburgh literally does not have a quarterback. I don't know what else to say. And Najee Harris is not healthy. I know they pretend he is now, but
yeah, Najee Harris thing's kind of weird because they they told on themselves a little bit. They're like, oh yeah, Najee Harris has like a Liz Frank injury. And you're like, wait, what? That's a serious injury for a running back. They're like, oh no, it's not bad. He's been nursing it and he's fine. He'll be good to go. It's
He'll
like,
play
wait,
week
he's been
1.
nursing it? You're so casual about it. I don't understand it. So I agree. I like Cincy. I usually don't like betting the heavy favorites, but there's a few here that I do think when the spreads get this big week 1, 7 points, 6.5 points, I think that's an indicator that one team is way better than the other, and I do think that Cincinnati is way better than the Steelers. I think Cincinnati has a chance to contend for the division, where I'm not sure if the Steelers are going to be 500 for the first time in Mike Tomlin's career. So give me Cincy -6.5.
Hot take. That's a hot take, but keep it on that same spread.
Also, too, we don't talk about it a lot. Steelers don't have an offensive line. So Mitch Trubisky is going to be running for his life. Najee Harris is not going to get a lot of blockers. Like, the offense is not going to be good. The defense is going to be good, but eventually that's going to wane on the defense.
So, I like it, man. I like it. And speaking of, I think this is literally the same exact game, and I think this is interesting why it's the same spread here. But that's mostly on the bad side, right? So that Chicago is just so bad. They don't have a quarterback. They
have a wide receiver.
You want to call Mooney a number 1? Montgomery?
I don't feel comfortable about it. Some people do.
I mean, they have players, but they don't have anyone who could throw to them.
They have no one on the offensive line.
I hate Chicago this year. Even Leonard Floyd wants to leave. Not Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd's already gone.
Roquan Smith.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, their best player wants to sit out.
Yeah. The only thing here, man, I generally do not like San Francisco. I am not as high on them as everyone else. I don't think they have a quarterback either. I think Trey Lance stinks before. I think Trey Lance stinks now. I think Trey Lance is going to stink later. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. I think Deebo Samuel's going to regress. George Kittle's already hurt. Chicago is just so bad. I'm taking San Francisco just straight up because Chicago is so bad.
Also,
I really don't like San Francisco this year.
I'll help you with one more thing. You're talking about Kyle Shanahan, probably one of the most respected coaches in the NFL, going against a brand new head coach in Eberflus.
And a great offensive line. They have a great offensive line.
San Francisco? Yeah, they have a little. I think they're a little soft in the middle on the offensive line, but the running game is going to be good.
Like in Tomlinson.
Yeah, well, shout out. I think their defense is going to be awesome. I think they're, again, one of those teams, San Francisco, that gets hurt every year. They're always hurt, these guys. I don't know what it is over there. You talked about Kittle already. He's a little banged up. I like San Francisco a lot. So San Francisco -6.5. I like them here. They are my best bet, number 2 of the week. And they're also my survivor pick.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's scary. All right.
Yeah, I mean, they got Jimmy G to back up Trey Lance if they need it, but I don't think they're going to need it. I think Trey Lance is going to be okay. Um, he's not going to be great this season, but I think in the long run he'll be okay. And I think he gets a nice, easy opener right here, week 1.
All right. Let's jump to a game here where I was so confident. First of all, I am so confident, was so confident about this team in the previews winning the division. I was so confident about this week 1 game because I absolutely abhorred the Atlanta Falcons. I think they stink. I'm waiting for once they bring in Desmond Ritter, and then we'll start talking. We'll see how it goes. But Mariota in there not working out for me. Cordell Patterson. It's just not going to work, okay? I get they have Kyle Pitts. That's fun. I really dislike this Atlanta Falcons team. And I love the Saints.
Yeah.
I love the Saints. I love their safeties. I love Michael Thomas coming back. I love Kamara healthy. Jarvis Landry is chilling. Chris Olave is a beast. Their offensive line looks good. Jameis Winston healthy. But Marcus May's in, off the field stuff. Michael Thomas maybe not coming back. They have a lot of other injuries. Maybe not so high in the depth chart, but still, like both our offensive tackles didn't practice. Pete Werner, Eric McCoy, their safety JT Gray. I mean, I'm sure they're all going to play. I'm sure they're fine. But this isn't like a week-to-week thing where they got to get better. You know what I mean? Like, this is week 1. Like, I don't know. I'm nervous about the division game, 5.5. I really dislike Atlanta. But, man, I don't like the Saints in this spot. Where's the public here?
I agree, too.
Public all over the Saints.
It's also a weird line. I think, 60% maybe. 80% on the Saints. 80% on the Saints. Yeah, and it's a weird line. 5.5 is a weird number. Usually you see 6.5. Usually you see 3.5. In division game, the only real fun fact I got for you: Atlanta 2-13 last 15 games at home in conference games.
Against the spread?
Yeah. 2-13 ATS.
That's horrible.
Yeah, 2-13 ATS. Last 15 games at home in conference games. So. Because of that, I'm going with New Orleans. I will say this, as I said all of last year, Atlanta is the one team I can never pick right. So maybe you should go with Atlanta week 1.
I am going to Atlanta. Just because, honestly, I think that New Orleans is going to win by field goal. Because Mariota runs the clock. He does annoying stuff. I just don't trust the Saints defense, but I hope they kill them. I just don't see it happening.
Saints
Especially
defense is good.
Wait till they're healthy. Wait till they get it together. They lost Marcus Williams, man.
Yeah.
They replaced him with Marcus May. Marcus May's not there. So I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, I'll go Atlanta here, but I don't love it. Another game that I really don't love, and I got to take them, is Jacksonville, man. Jacksonville plus 3.5 at Washington. You know how I feel about the Jaguars. I really don't like them. I hate that everyone is up on Travis Etienne. I love the athlete sports market for reasons like this, because I could literally short Travis Etienne, which is literally what I did.
Yep.
I think they're going to stink, but Washington minus 3.5, that might be their biggest line all year, and they're not going to cover it. Like, Washington by a field goal, fine, but I like Jacksonville plus 3.5. That works for me.
Yeah, I forget what I had last year, but I had a huge parlay this weekend of last year, and I had 7 college teams, 2 NFL teams, and I hit all 7 college teams, so I went to the casino to hedge it out. And one of the games, I think, was the Chargers versus Washington week 1 last year. And I just remember being like, all right, the Chargers should kill them. It shouldn't, it's why they're in the parlay. And it was just such a dogfight. And, maybe that's more on the Chargers. Maybe that's more on Washington. I don't.
Same thing to the Bills. Don't forget.
Yeah, I just don't have a real
9-6,
good.
right? Was that 9-6?
Oh, that was Jacksonville versus the Bills. But yeah, I was talking about Washington versus the Chargers. Sorry. No, it's all good. Week 1, but both those teams, like you said, both maybe like the under in this one. They have the capability to be great defensively when they need to, apparently, but it's not week in and week out. It might be week one. Washington 6-1 all time against the spread versus Jacksonville. New coach in Jacksonville. Yes, Peters has been a coach at other places before, but I think there was a huge mess to clean up with Urban Meyer leaving. I really like Ron Rivera. Don't like Carson Wentz in Washington, but I will take Washington minus 3.5 in this one. Home team, 1 o'clock game.
Too much. Washington has no home field, bro. Give me 3.5 Jackson.
A little bit of home field. It's a terrible field, but it's a little bit of home field.
I don't know. I don't know if I can categorize it that. But let me go. You had a couple of best bets here. Let me go with my hold your nose and best bet mixed pick of the week. And honestly, man, this might be like my hottest take of the year. I absolutely love this team. I love their defense. I like their quarterback. I love their running back. They have nice wide receivers. You know what I'm talking about. You know what team I got here. That's the Houston Texans. I love the Houston Texans this year, dude. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know what's attracting me so much to them, but it feels like they got so many wins last year. And then when I keep looking, I only see 4 every time. But it feels like they got so many. I think they were just such cover machines because we all thought Davis Mills was going to be the worst thing to ever walk on the planet Earth.
He turned out to be pretty good.
It turned out to be pretty good. And they got Derek Stingley on the defense. They got Jalen Petrie, nice rookie on the defense that we like. Both of them. They got our boy Neville Hewitt as a linebacker, which is hilarious. Christian Kirksey, Stevie Nelson as a cornerback. They got dudes, man. It's going to be really hard to throw against this team. They have an offensive line. Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins is going to be good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I really like this Houston team. And it's funny because I'm usually the guy on the Colts, right? Every year I'm on the Colts. I like the Colts. But 8.5 versus Houston sounds wacky to me.
In Houston.
The Colts, they're just so bad in the division, especially in games like this. You're like, oh, they're going to kill them. They have a better squad. I don't know. I mean, I like the Colts on both sides of the ball. Shaquille Leonard, my boy, he's going to be there. He'll be playing. Yannick, Kwity Paye, one of my favorite run stoppers in the league. Alec Pierce, running wide receiver, he's going to be sick. Obviously, we all know about Jonathan Taylor. Pittman's dope. I don't know. I think 8.5 is crazy. This is hold your nose. I know you don't want to take Houston. I know it's ugly. Who the hell wants to bet on Mills? You want to bet on Matty Ice and the Colts.
Yeah, I think that's why the line's so high. I think that's where you're trying to find some value because I think really it's probably, it should be like a 5 or 6 point game. But because no one wants to bet on Houston, Vegas is allowed to make the line 8.5 because they know no one's going to bet it until it gets up to that 8.5, 9, 10 range. And then finally they'll get some action on it. So again, Vegas
like
makes
the money line, bro. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Yeah. Vegas makes all these lines so they get action equally on both sides. The line isn't an indication of how good one team is compared to the other. The line is an indication of what Las Vegas thinks the number should be so they get equal action on both sides. So that's where you're trying to find value, and I think you're finding value there with Houston. However, I am dumb. So Indianapolis 8-0 run against Houston right now. Indianapolis 9-0-1 on their last 10 road games against the spread versus Houston. One stat here that scared me a little bit, but I don't know how to throw it in there. Indy is 2-13 against the spread in their last 15 first games of the season.
Oh wow.
That's a crazy stat if you think about 15 years. Like, that goes back to Peyton Manning era. That's a long time. So I don't know if, to me, that's kind of throw it out. That's not really indicative of the organization that's here now and playing. The 8-0 run against Houston and then 9-0 on the road against Houston, I think gives me a better feel of how this organization is versus Houston over the last few years. So I'm going to go with those stats. I'm going to go with Houston minus 8.5. I'm sorry, Indy minus 8.5 against Houston.
All right, last 1 o'clock game. Probably one of the most anticipated games of the 1 o'clock, actually.
My
Super revenge.
my what am I missing game of the week?
Your what am I missing pick of the week? All right. Very interesting game here. We all know about Baker Mayfield. We all know about the Carolina New York Jets that just re signed Henry Anderson. -1.5 at home. Talk to me, Greg.
Dude, what am I missing? This line, I think from on the site that I look at, opened at Carolina +4. It is now Carolina -2. A 6-point swing. And this isn't like opening lines from over the summer. This is like opening lines, I think, as of like a week or two ago. So I don't think it has to do with Deshaun Watson. Um, I could be wrong about that, but I don't. I think that's the case. I think the opening line here is more recent than like on Scores and Odds. It has like all the historical stuff. 92% of the money on Carolina. I don't understand it. Like I said, this is my what am I missing pick of the week. I don't get it. I think the Browns are head and shoulders a better team than the Panthers. Offensively with running the ball, offensively with the O line, offensively with Amari Cooper at wide receiver versus Robbie Anderson if he's playing, or DJ Moore I guess is the true one there in Carolina. Better defensive line, Myles Garrett. Ever heard of him? Better cornerbacks. So
No.
I just think the Cleveland Browns are a better team. I think Jacoby Brissett and Baker Mayfield is a wash. I don't know if you think one is really better than the other, but to me, this is a big revenge game. Everyone's talking about Baker Mayfield getting revenge on the Browns. I think the Browns have 4 years of pent-up aggression. Listen to Baker Mayfield bark at him in practice, and they just want to hit this guy. And they want to intercept this guy, and they want to take it to him. So, I like the Browns in this one. Getting points. Carolina shouldn't be giving points to a lot of teams.
That's the thing. Carolina shouldn't be giving points to anyone.
Yeah.
I can't think of one team that they should be. Maybe Jacksonville, but that's probably a pick 'em for me. I hate Carolina this year. I think they're really bad. I can't believe how much everybody is on Carolina, like you said. It really doesn't make that much sense. However, Jack Conklin did the right tackle did in practice. Clowney didn't. And they have Greedy Williams and basically their entire team was limited. I think they had 10 guys. Chase Winovich, AJ Green, cornerback.
Yeah.
Couple
I
of
think some teams just do that. When you have a lot of people that are all limited in practice, I think some teams just like to do that versus other teams.
Could I tell you one thing here why I can't take Cleveland as
Sure.
much as I agree with you and everything you said? They have no kicker. They picked up the kicker who lost the kicking competition on the New York Jets, Eddie Pinheiro.
Eddie Pinheiro's all right.
I mean, he missed maybe like 5 or 6 field goals over the summer with the Jets, like documented.
Yeah.
that's tough. I remember I because I have to be on top of that, so I don't know. It's a 1.5 game. It's basically a pick 'em. I'll go Carolina Blues here. At home, they have a nice home field advantage. C-Mac is back.
Yeah.
This is Matt Rule back against the wall. Give me Carolina. I'll be a Joe Schmo here.
Carolina started out hot last year, man. They started out real good, and then they fell apart like you couldn't believe.
So let's go into the 4 p.m.s. Finally, a little bit of some balance. 5 games here. 4 games. 4 games. 2 are my best bets, man.
Yeah, you like this
2
4
in the 4
window.
o'clock, which is scary. First one is a surprise even for me. And that's the New York Giants at +6.5. Because I love Tennessee all summer long. Hit the music, right? All summer. I love Tennessee. Especially because I know how bad the Giants are. Especially because I know how hungry the Titans are going to be. But dude, the amount of injuries that the Titans have right now is just unbearable. They lost their number one linebacker. The cornerbacks are injured. Their wide receivers are already hurt going into the game before even this week one thing came out. I'm nervous about Tennessee week one, man. I know they got Derrick Henry. I don't want to say him and Saquon cancel each other out, but like to some extent on the football field.
One can rush for 2,000 yards. The other one is lucky if you play 2 games in a row.
I mean, when they're on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if Elijah Molden and Lonnie Johnson don't play for the Titans and the Giants lose, the Giants might not win a game this year. I'm not joking. It's that crazy for me. And they're getting 6.5 points. Like, it's plus 6.5. To me, this should be -3 at most. Plus 6.5 for the Giants is crazy town for me. This is one of my best bets. I love the New York Giants plus 6.5. And I'm going to take the money line, man. This is one of the money line games that they might win. Giants fans screaming in my ear, let's go Giants. This is our year. Danny Jones, Saquon Barkley's back. Kenny Galladay makes a catch finally. We don't need Evan Ingram. I could totally see this like hoopla going on from beating the Titans. Best team in the league last year in the AFC. Giants are going to be hyped, man.
You just convinced me to switch to the Giants.
I'm telling you, I feel good about it too. I hate the Giants.
It's one of those things, like to your point, where I can just see the Jets not doing well against the Ravens and the Giants just winning against Tennessee, and I'll get so many text messages like Titans, Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. The Giants just beat him on the road week 1. Blah blah blah, all this stuff. My argument for Tennessee was just going to be, again, best team last year. Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year last year. Derrick Henry, I think, is still one of, if not the best running backs in the NFL when he's fully healthy, and he is healthy for week 1. That being said, a lot of that stuff that I just said is based on last year. Last year's last year. This year's this year. I think that the Giants have a chance to take it to Tennessee because of all the injuries they have. Like you said, I just don't know how I feel about Brian Dable, or not Brian Dable.
No, that's right.
Yeah, Brian Dable week 1 as a rookie head coach going on the road to Tennessee.
I agree.
And winning. I think that's going to be a tough game.
Doesn't have to win.
Yeah, plus 6.5. That's true.
Within a touchdown.
Yep.
I feel like that's fair. Ryan Tannehill with no weapons is a tough look. Jumping into another best bet of mine, Greg. And this is my like runner-up. What am I missing of the week? First of all, the numbers don't really match up. Where like this is supposed to be on a neutral, like week 1, nothing happened at Minnesota. Green Bay is favored to win this division, right? Like,
yeah,
and
heavily.
Minnesota's plus 300. Why is this basically a pick-em game? It really makes no sense. Like, it really makes no sense to me. I don't think it's propaganda that's coming out from Green Bay, from Aaron Rodgers, that he just does not like his wide receivers and that he loves Christian Watson, one of our guys that we've had pinned for a long time, the wide receiver out of North Dakota State.
Who's banged up.
Who's banged up, yeah, but that's his guy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to run it. Like,
yes.
the Packers are going to run the ball with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones until their legs fall off, okay? And Aaron Rodgers is going to keep it 3rd and short. Tanyan and any scrappy wide receiver that can get his hands on the ball. It's fine. Minnesota, your boy Kirk Cousins, throwing the 2nd most touchdowns last year.
Top 10 QB.
Top 10 statistical QB. Who went 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
New head coach, but they lost your boy Zimmer, which is probably a net positive here.
It's definitely a net positive. Everyone hated him.
They lost Conklin. Shout out to the Jets.
That's a net negative because he's really good now, New York Jet.
But, man, I really, really like Minnesota in this game. They got weapons all over the place. Thielen, KJ Osborne, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. I really like their backup running back, the rookie. I think Madison's going to go at some point. So, I mean, I don't know. I really love this Minnesota for the whole year. I think this is a big statement game for them. I don't think Green Bay's ready. I know they got Bakhtari coming back. I love Minnesota, dude. I love Minnesota at home, week 1. I know new coach, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. Underdogs are 7-1 last 8 games against Green Bay and Minnesota. I like Minnesota in this one too. I think this is one of those lines that's kind of baiting you to take in the Packers. You're like, oh, Green Bay Packers, 13-5 last season, one of the best teams in the league. And Minnesota rookie head coach, only 1.5 points. Let's go Green Bay. 60% of the money's on Green Bay right now. I like Minnesota for sure in this one.
All right, 2 more 4 o'clock games here, and the division from hell, dude. Las Vegas at the Chargers. This game's a hard one for me.
Sure.
I love the Chargers. I absolutely love them. I hate that JC Jackson's out. That makes things difficult for me. That hook makes things difficult for me. Division game makes things difficult for me. Not knowing what Devontae Adams and Derek Carr, who played together in college, what that's going to look like week 1, scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, being in LA where there's really no home field and the Raiders fans travel, so it's probably going to be a road or a home game for Raiders. It's going to feel like scares the hell out of me.
Good point. Vegas offensive line, question marks. Chargers, Khalil Mack and Bosa, no question marks.
Derwin James, best safety in the league, no question marks. Justin Herbert, possibly the best quarterback in the league. I like the Chargers in this one, -3.5. I know it's crazy. I know everything tells me, every bone in my body says, let's take Las Vegas, get the, it's going to be a close game. Take the 3.5, take the hook, and roll. But I don't know if I really like Josh McDaniels as a head coach again week 1. He's been a head coach before, so it's not really a rookie head coach, but still, you don't know what his situation is going to be. Questions at running back for the Raiders with Josh Jacobs. I think that they're not really sure what that's going to look like. No offensive line. Waller's already banged up. He's always hurt. Hunter Renfrow might be the best wide receiver in the league that doesn't get talked about. I feel like my gut says take Las Vegas. So that's why I'm taking the Chargers, -3.5.
I love the Chargers every which way, and that's what scares me.
Yeah.
Like, it just scares me. It's like, oh, they're so stupid, dude. How do you not take Vegas? They're supposed to be so good. Yada, yada, yada. Derek Carr, top 15 QB. Devontae Adams, #1 wide receiver in the whole league. Josh Jacobs, healthy. What's the problem?
Yeah, the defense is supposed to be improved too, but I just got to see it. I think the Chargers are going to be the real deal.
Yeah, Mad Max, dude.
Mad Max and Chandler Jones is a hell of a combo.
Damn. Yeah, but I'm sticking with the Chargers here, even though I don't love it.
Yep.
This one's weird for me, man. Kansas City -4.5 at Arizona. I feel like it should be more. I absolutely hate Arizona. Kansas City, though, are one of my big teams to regress.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be third in the division, only because Vegas is going to be fourth.
Yep.
I really don't like Kansas City this year. But I like Kansas City -4.5 against Arizona, who I really don't like, and who were really bad without DeAndre Hopkins in the lineup. I really don't like the Cardinals this year at all. I don't understand the hype. And he already got paid, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals this year. I think they're going to be pretty good. I think Hollywood Brown's going to be good, reuniting with Kyler. I think if they're not good, I think Cliff Kingsbury is on the hot seat. That's why they got to start out hot.
Sucks.
Arizona.
Marquise Brown.
Yeah. Arizona, though, covered against the spread the last 3 times they've hosted Kansas City. This is my hold my nose pick of the week. I think Arizona early in the season for the last few years with Kyler has been very good early in the season.
True.
He's going to run all over the place. Kansas City's defense was not good last year. That's why they tried to address it with 2 first-round picks this year. And was it Gordon out of Washington as the DB, and then George Kalafis on the line. I don't think that they're going to have a huge impact week 1, even though they might be better later in the season.
I hope Sammy Watkins has a big impact. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Because I love Sammy Watkins on Clemson, and then he had to go ruin it by going to Buffalo. and now I can love him again.
Yeah, and again, just question marks all over the field for them. Question marks in the backfield with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Questions at wide receiver. No questions really with Pat Mahomes or Travis Kelce, but
But
that's
even
really
Mahomes
it.
mentioned it today. He was jokingly saying, "Sorry, fantasy fans, it's not just Hill and Kelsey anymore. Now it's Kelsey and friends."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Juju
So
Smith, bro, I never seen a wide receiver fall so under the radar my whole life.
he's the
It's
oldest
Juju Smith.
24-year-old in America.
It's crazy. He's gonna be good. So yeah, I like Kansas City this week, not this year, this week.
Yeah, it's my whole Meadows pick of the week. Just
And that jumps
take the
to
four and a
prime
half.
time games, bro. Prime time games. Greg. We were so upset when number 12, Mr. Tom Brady, retired from football, retired from his profession. And why was that? Not because we like Tom Brady. We actually hate Tom Brady.
He's taking money out of our pockets.
Taking money right out of our pockets because the best bet, I don't even have to look at the spread, Greg. Tom Brady does not cover primetime games. It's easy. It's really the easiest philosophy you could think of. It's very easy to remember. You don't even need a damn acronym. Tom Brady does not cover in primetime games. Just in general, I really don't like Tampa right now. Their offensive line is depleted. Chris Godwin is coming off a major injury. Mike Evans is always hurt. So who knows how he's going to end up. I love Julio Jones, but he's really old. They never have a running game. I know Leonard Fournette is there again. I don't trust it. Dallas, I know, has issues at the left tackle. They just got Peters. They're going to be fine. They got a chip on their shoulder. I love Dallas. If it wasn't prime time, it wouldn't be as easy. But because it is prime time, I can't make it a best bet. So I'm in a weird conundrum here, but I love Dallas in this
Yeah,
game.
I love it. I can make it a best bet, so I am making it my third and final best bet of the day. I feel like I started out hot with some best bets early, and then it kind of took me a while to get to it. But like you said, Tom Brady in prime time against the spread is free money. I think he's 1-12 against the spread, maybe since 2019, or 0-12 against the spread since 2019. So absolutely love him here. Plus 1.5 at Dallas, home team getting points week 1. I think Dallas is pretty banged up. I don't know if I like their outlook all season, but to your point, I think Tampa Bay is way more beat up. Yeah, give me Dallas, give me the points. Really, just don't give me Tom Brady in primetime. He stinks.
Ever.
Yep.
All right, Greg. Monday Night Football. I'm going to be in Denver watching this game, so that's fun. Russell Wilson, first game with Denver at Seattle. Tell me the NFL schedule makers don't have a sense of humor. But I don't know what's going to be funnier, man. Watching Geno Smith play quarterback and Jamal Adams play safety, or watching this Denver team absolutely obliterate Seattle. Russell Wilson coming back and honestly just ruining everybody's narrative for the last year that Russell Wilson's done. Nobody has anything bad ever to say about Pete Carroll. No one ever said one bad thing about the Seattle Seahawks. People even like Drew Lock. Geno Smith. They're starting Geno Smith. He won a competition at quarterback, Greg. Like,
It's crazy.
what am I missing here that this spread's not 15.5 Denver?
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's Seattle plus 6.5 at home is so absolutely disgusting that you almost, to me, I feel like I have to take the pick because it's so obviously going to be Denver. Denver's going to win this game. Denver's going to absolutely kill Seattle. They don't have a running game. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a quarterback. They have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Other than that, that's all they have on offense. They have no safeties. They have no DBs. They have no linebackers. I don't think they have a lineman to play defensive line. Seattle is like we said on our previews. I think Seattle and the Bears plus 750 to have the worst record. I think those are legitimate chances for two bad teams in pretty good divisions. Seattle's in a very good division in the NFC West, and there's a chance they go 0-6 in those games. I don't know what to do, John. I need you to talk me into one or the other because
Where's the public? I assume so. Denver.
80% on Denver.
Yeah. Listen, this is not a game I love because of the reason why I agree with you. Who the hell in their right mind would take Geno Smith? And I'm telling you, it's not me. I'm not taking Geno Smith.
I don't know how I go.
Russell Wilson.
I don't know how I go. We're gonna finish up recording. I'm gonna go get this uploaded to YouTube, and then I'm gonna lay my head down on my pillow. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to lay my head down on my pillow, knowing that I gave out Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks at plus 6.5.
Geno Smith and Jamal Adams.
But then again,
That's
it
exactly
is
what they want.
so disgusting that I have to do it.
Yeah,
I have to do it. The 12th man's going to be rocking. They want you to take Denver so bad. I'm either delusional or having an epiphany right now on all these games. I
agree. They want you to take Denver.
They want you to take Denver, and
I'm doing it
because they want you to take Denver. I'm taking Seattle.
No, I'll do it. I got them.
I can't tell if I'm overthinking this or I'm spot on, but we'll find out by next week.
Listen, this is my third Joe Schmo game of the week, and I'm gonna keep track of my Joe Schmo games. We got Philly, we got Denver, and we got Carolina. 3 Joe Schmo games. Let's see how it works out. But Greg, before we get out of here, you got some teasers you got some teasers and some Hail Mary parlays. You got some can't lose parlays. What do you got for us?
Oh yeah, my teasers of the week. I bought an extra point, so instead of a 6-point teaser, I'm doing a 7-point teaser. I'm doing the over in the Philadelphia Eagles Detroit Lions. When I put the bet in, it was 48.5 down to 41.5. Colts at Texans, it was 7.5. It's now 0.5 point. Ravens at Jets, it was 7.5. It's now 0.5 point. New Orleans Saints at Falcons, it was 5.5. Now it's plus 1.5. New England Patriots. This is my best bet this is my favorite leg of this teaser. Patriots at Dolphins was plus 3.5. It's now plus 10.5. Bill Belichick getting 10.5 points. How could they lose? San Francisco at Chicago was 6.5. It's now plus 0.5. Jacksonville Jaguars at Washington. It was plus 2.5. It's now plus 9.5. Denver Broncos, I just talked about, minus 6.5 is now plus 0.5. It's an 8-leg teaser. It's plus 700. Again, the over in the Eagles 41. Colts minus 0.5. Ravens minus 0.5. Saints plus 1.5. Patriots plus 10.5. 49ers plus 0.5. Jaguars plus 9.5. Broncos plus 0.5. The extra point got me all these half-point spreads and a 10.5 in New England, so I ended up just buying the extra point. You can keep it at plus 6 and get a little extra money, but for me, plus 700 is good enough. I think we hit 1 or 2 last year, so I'm going to start out strong. I'm going to hit this. This is a free $700 for everyone listening.
So, Greg, I did something a little crazy this year, and I did a reverse teaser with minus 7.
I love reverse teasers.
So this one's a little wild, but it's $1 to pay out $70K. So I had to do it.
Where'd you find a reverse teaser? Are those on FanDuel?
Yeah, you just do the teaser, and instead of adding points, you just minus points.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind. In college, we used to go down to Delaware because that was the only place you could do, and we would just drive down to Delaware and go to a casino for a weekend and freaking put reverse teasers in the football season. I'll never forget Jacksonville Jaguars upset the Steelers. I forget what game it was. In the middle of the season, it was unbelievable.
Sounds like Blake Bortles.
It was a Blake Bortles error. Yeah, no, it was. It was not supposed to happen. I had it in reverse teaser. I won big. So I love reverse teasers. Let me hear it.
All right, so I got a 9-leg reverse teaser. I think it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. I can tell you that. My reverse teasers, I think we're usually 3 or 4 teams, but I love a 9-leg. Let's hear this.
Well, I'll give away the first team that I think is gonna lose it,
Okay.
and that's the Jets -0.5. Tough.
Yeah,
But
it's a reverse teaser.
other than that, we got the Bengals -13.5, Eagles -10.5, Texans +1.5, Falcons -1.5, Patriots -4.5, Chargers -10.5, Giants -1.5, Vikings -4.5. The dollar to win 70K. I also took another one, but I won't even mention it because it's 25 cents to win 50K. So I won't even mention it, but that's another.
You said the Vikings were -4.5?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's fucking nice.
You like that?
Yeah, like you said, going through the zero. I think last season you talked about in the teasers not trying to do it because you lose a lot of points there.
Yeah.
With the reverse teasers, you gain a lot of points. I mean,
Yeah.
that's nice to go from +1.5 to -4.5. That's not crazy. Might have to look at some of those.
I added the under for 49ers Bears at 34.5, and I did a quarter to win 50K. Literally 25 cents. Like those quarter drinks you get from the deli.
Yeah.
I put that on to win 50K. If all those things happen. So those are my Hail Marys for the week, honestly, for week one.
I got a
I have
Hail Mary parlay for you.
All right, you want to give me your Hail Mary, then I'll give you my regular parlay, and we can get out of here.
Hail Mary parlay: Falcons +190 hosting the Saints. Patriots +140 at the Dolphins. The Giants +198 at Tennessee. It's a 3-legger, kind of keeping it easy here. But again, I think all 3 of these teams have legit chances. They're all underdogs. They're all on the road. The Falcons are actually home. 3 legs +$2,000. Let's keep it nice and simple. $100 bet. You give the casino 100, they give you back 2,000 when 3 teams win. It's not that crazy of a thing. Crazier things have happened. Let's get it done.
All right. I'm not gonna give this one out because the Jets are in it. I just feel like if the Jets are in it, it shouldn't even count.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's recap our best bets. Hold your nose and Survivor for everyone. Let's get out of here.
All right, you want to go through the full slate?
Yeah, we can go through the full slate too. That's right. We did that last year too. We ran through the full slate first. So let's do that just to recap for everyone.
All right, so we got Thursday night, Buffalo at the Rams. What do you got?
Rams.
All right, me too. Saints at Falcons. Falcons +5.5. What do you got?
Saints.
I got the Falcons here. Line kind of looks weird. San Francisco -6.5 at Chicago.
San Francisco.
Riding with you. Chicago stinks. No quarterback. Speaking of no quarterbacks, Pittsburgh Steelers +6.5 at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Love Cincinnati -6.5 at home. Philly -3.5 at the Hard Knock Detroit Lions.
Fuck, that was gonna be my line. Detroit +3.5.
Damn, I love Philly. Joe Schmo pick for me. New England +2.5 at Miami. What do you got, Greg?
Patriots +2.5.
Are you your best bets you had on the Rams and San Francisco?
Oh yeah, but I forgot. We usually say those as we go. Yep, Rams, San Francisco. Yep.
Baltimore at the Jets.
Give me the Jets.
I gotta take Baltimore here, unfortunately. Jacksonville at Washington. Washington -3.5. What do you got?
Washington.
Man, I like Jacksonville too much here. Another Joe Schmo pick for me. Cleveland +1.5 at Carolina. I like Carolina. The Joe Schmo pick. What do you got, Greg?
Cleveland Browns getting revenge.
Rocks. Colts. Shaquille Leonard's debut. -8.5 at Houston. This is my hold your nose pick and one of my best bets of the week. I love everything about Houston. I love their secondary. I love their quarterback. I love their running back. I love their wide receivers. Give me Houston +8.5 and the money line.
I'll take Indy in that one.
All right. Giants +6.5 at the decimated Tennessee Titans. Everybody's getting injured. Linebackers getting injured. Wide receivers getting injured. Everybody except for the running back, but that guy's name is Tractorcito, Derrick Henry, Tennessee -6.5. What do you like here, Greg?
Giants.
I love the Giants. Too many
Talk me
injuries.
into them.
+6.5. Too many points. It should be the other way around. Green Bay -1.5 at Minnesota. What are they called? The purple what? Purple eaters?
Purple people eaters.
Purple people eaters. Them and their horn. So weird.
Skull. Minnesota +1.5. Give
Best
me those
bet.
points.
Best bet. +1.5, baby.
Skull.
Let's go.
I got another best bet for you. Arizona +4.5. Oh no, sorry, that's my hold my nose pick of the week.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting. All right, that's what we got here. You just took Arizona. You hold your nose. I'm taking Kansas City. Like a weird hold my nose. Even though everyone likes them, doesn't count. I hate them, and I'm taking them, which feels like I'm putting myself in a really bad spot here.
Yeah.
Just talking that out. I'm cognizant of that loss. I might have to put Joe Schmo for that too.
Got starting off the season with 4 Joe Schmo picks. Honestly, I couldn't decide between Arizona and Seattle. Oh, let's just get through the picks. Sorry.
I got to be honest, Vegas +3.5 at the Chargers. Man, I love the Chargers. I don't care about the home field. I don't care about J.C. Jackson in the last famous words.
Chargers -3.5.
Same. This one's easy. Primetime. Tom Brady in primetime. What do you got?
Dallas.
Who
Best
cares
bet
the
of the
line
week.
is?
Yeah, best bet of the week. Dallas. I don't care.
Last game, Denver, Seattle.
Seattle +6.5.
Man, I'm still sticking with Denver. But that's it. Week 1 in the books, Greg.
Can't believe it. It's here. Commercial-free football is happening. It's going to be beautiful.
Like, subscribe to our YouTube, Knicks, Jets, etc. Period. Nobody writes it out. That's just wild. Like, subscribe. Notification. Yeah. Twitter, Winning P Weekly. Apple, Spotify, Google Play. Like, subscribe. Leave us a comment.
Let us know what you're taking this weekend, because we are going to be talking gambling all day and all night this weekend. We get college football on Friday. We get college football on Saturday. We get NFL on Sunday. We get more NFL on Monday. We will be online talking about it every single day. Interact with us. Let us know what you're taking. We would love to talk gambling with you.
That's it, baby. We out. Let's go Jets.
Let's go Jets. Winning outright this week.
Oh, my God. That'd be amazing.